Welcome to a New Human Podcast. This show is a place where we find out who we truly are and what we strive to be. Listen as we unravel current history and make our way to a new beginning. I am your host, Justin Klein. Today, on the New Human Podcast, we have a special guest, my wife, Chelsea Klein.
Well, I was thinking, we were throwing out ideas and what people are going through right now and what the world's going through, what we're going through, because we can relate to many people. Some have it rougher, some have it easier. But the big thing I was thinking was this is the shift. We like to decide our life kind of on the moon cycle and not necessarily the calendar, right?
Mhm.
And that started me thinking about the Zodiac and the Chinese calendar. So I don't know if people are aware that on February 17th is a huge Zodiac Chinese calendar shift, which is the last year was the snake,
Mhm.
and this year is the fire horse.
Yep.
And that change is actually, well, we're recording on February 10th. It's actually February 17th. So I said, can you get this out by next week? We'll see. I don't know. But um, it's just a huge change is coming. I believe that, so the snake is about, a snake sheds its skin
Yeah.
and releases what no longer serves us. And so I think last year for many people was about releasing people that no longer serve them, setting boundaries. I heard a lot of people talking about the boundaries that they needed to set for their heart, for their mind, work. People shifted jobs a lot last year. Um, the way, like in our life, the way we took care of our bodies shifted last year. Um, we don't do, for 98% of our life, we don't do dyes in our house anymore for our
Mhm.
children. We really follow eating clean and healthy.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah, and we shed the unhealthy stuff. We went to a holistic chiropractor
Mhm.
and found out what our sensitivities were. Like, why aren't our bodies feeling great? And what's sensitive to that? And so, like, we found out for you, you're not supposed to have meat.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to have yeast. Our son, our baby, is not supposed to have dairy.
Mhm.
He's not supposed to have yeast and oat. Like,
Yeah.
so we were just noticing our bodies, you get horrible eczema in
Yeah.
your hands. Well, when you cut out meat and yeast for a month and a half, oh my God, eczema went away. So
Mhm.
it was kind of just like releasing what no longer serves us.
Yeah.
Not carrying like the stuff that gives us gut aches, the
Mhm.
stuff that puts bloat into our body. I ate like crap last night. I paid for it. I was like, oh, yep, I'm going to grab Casey's pizza and eat that. And I had a horrible stomachache because we've been eating so well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I paid the price. So that's like an example. Me and my girlfriend, Teresa Brown, she's another practitioner healer. We had a sound bath. It was awesome. We were both playing, um,
Yeah, explain, go
singing.
into that a little bit, the sound bath, 2 sound healing practitioners.
Yeah.
What, like, paint us a picture.
So I think we had maybe 10 people that evening on their mats, cozied in, and Teresa is reading the meditation. Now, this is a different kind of style. It wasn't just a meditation at the beginning to get you ready, it was questions during the whole thing. What are we releasing?
Mhm.
what do we wanna bring in? So then I'll go into what we're going into is the fire horse. So and it's not just the year of the horse, it's the year of the fire horse, which is
Right.
even bolder,
Yeah, I think that
more
was like 60 years ago was the last one.
well, 1990 was actually the last
Well, that's a horse, it
horse,
wasn't a fire
but
horse,
then the
so
fire horse was, yeah, like 96 years ago, I think, or something like that, something close to
oh,
that. I'd
yeah.
have to look. But a long time, and it's just even bolder, it's even more electric, and I said, like,
Think about
it's
fire.
like a fire burn under your
Yeah,
butt,
fire burning. Well, it's cleansing
let's
too.
go.
Yeah, fires.
All these things that you've put in place this last year, and you've shed, and you released, and now we're putting it into action.
Mhm.
So then it was really cool, the sound bath started off with, like, rattles and snake sounds, like,
Yeah.
slithering, and just, like, that shedding vibration sounds, we used it. So I'm walking around people, over people, she's playing some instruments while speaking this meditation, and then we're at, like, a silence, right? And then the shift happens into bold drumming, gongs. We're stampeding into
Completely different frequency change now.
completely
Yeah.
different. So you have that soft melodic shedding,
Mhm.
and then you're into this rage of like, I'm gonna get stuff done this year. I am manifested. I am charging into 2026,
Yep.
and this year's different. And I feel it. Everybody is yearning for a shift because I just feel like this last year, and maybe we say that every year, but like last year was kind of rough.
Yeah.
It was just like heavy.
Well, it's rough times right now. I mean, and the reason why it's rough is because everything is changing
Yeah.
and many humans don't like change,
But
but
we need
yeah.
change. Yeah. It's very chaotic what's going on in our world right now.
Yeah, and it starts with us, so I wanna go back into the manifesting part because
Yeah.
that word I feel like has been overused, it seems like in the last couple years.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah.
manifesting what it is, I mean, if you think about we were just talking about the year of the snake shedding, okay.
Mhm.
Then we're going into the year of the fire horse, which is all about like will, power, and like making things
Rapid
happen.
change.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the part of manifestation people don't understand is like it starts off with an idea
Saying it
and
out loud.
yeah, just, and then we say it and then maybe we put a pencil to paper and write something, our goals, our
Mhm.
wishes, our dreams. What do we want to see for 2026?
Well,
You
I
know?
love it because and you draw cards,
Mhm.
tarot cards every morning,
Yeah,
most every morning, and I've I just got asked the question, like, "What's your favorite card lately?" And I said, "The Empress,"
which is about
and it's the number 3 card in the major, which 3 is my number, and it is about planting seeds.
yeah.
It's about manifestation.
Mhm.
Even because it looks like a pregnant belly, right? But with the world in it. It's Mother Earth,
Mhm.
right? The divine feminine. And I feel like my role right now is like to be that divine feminine, to start planting seeds, manifesting. I feel like I really did that this last year, coming into this year, started like putting stuff in motion,
Yeah.
making ideas. New Human Holistic Studio, we opened last February. It's been
Mhm.
a year
Mhm.
this last week,
Yeah.
and I am rapidly coming up with ideas. So I'm just,
Right.
some people think this card's like, it's fertility, birth, but I look at it as like birth to new ideas.
Yeah, birthing new
I
ideas.
am, I am trying my hardest, and not just for me, for everybody around me.
Yeah.
I, because another great card I always draw is either the 3 of Pentacles or the 3 of Cups. which is about sisterhood, which is about community, which is about not just one other friend or it's about multiple. It's about community because if I'm not boosting my friend's career in life, why would they want to boost mine? Or why would they want to help me? Hey, I have a new idea. Do you want to come over so I can like practice on you?
Mhm.
Why would they want to help me if I wasn't helping them? So I just have learned like the ideas we plant are not just for us. It's the breadcrumbs we're leaving for others.
Yeah. To share, that's what it's all about,
Yeah,
you know?
I had a really amazing experience. I was in my if you don't mind me sharing.
Yeah.
I was in my study for sound healing, my level 2 before I got my diploma this last year. And we had to do case studies. Well, I'm sure he'll be okay with me saying this, but I had one of my siblings come in and pretty straightforward atheist, like didn't really believe in anything. Just, we're here, we leave, that's it.
Mhm.
Well, not that I needed to change his mind on anything or convince him of anything, but we were in a session, and in that session, I found that his solar plexus and his sacral were closed, which is your power and your creativity, which made a lot of sense to me. He used to be an artist, always drawing, always creating. He was a comedian, right?
Mhm.
Funniest guy in the room. Everybody always wants to be around him because he's like that feeling. Well, in years, he got married, he had kids,
Life
life
happened.
happens, and we got to work, we got to provide, and you kind of lose yourself a little bit. And he kind of was kind of getting lost in that and like and in the session came for both of us this like creative drive. I need something to spark,
Mhm.
to light the fire. I need to I need to be with people.
Yeah.
I need to be creative. I need to be artistically, that mindset. It's shifting that mind, just effortlessly doing something. So we got out of the session and I'm like, this came to me. He's like, yeah, it came to me too. Like, and I'm like, what if we have a space here? What if I have a painting class for you? We get all the stuff. You lead, you paint, you're creative, you're with people, all the things. So we did,
Mhm.
planting the seeds.
Yeah. Well, then
Just
turning it
from an
in.
idea, a
Yeah. Yeah.
manifestation. We spoke it out loud, and it was like a month and a half, 2 months later that we finally got it to fruition, but it was just the seeds,
Mhm.
the idea just from, this journey we went on with sound and healing that this needed to come alive in him.
Yeah. And the paint class was just beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. I would say it was like an hour and a half, right? And every 15 minutes, it was like a growth of people going like, "Oh my god, I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been so long since I've been creative or
Or
painted," or
painted.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I love the food, the drinks, the talking, just the community of everybody." We were all I found us at one point where we were all singing
Yeah.
and painting at the same time. We were all just singing a
Together.
song that
Yeah.
was on, the speaker, and we were just all having so much fun.
Yeah.
And people have been wanting it again, so, we're gonna do it again, but it's just like those little seeds
Right.
that I'm loving, like, you know, that we're going into this new year with.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a great instructor, I mean, on it too. You could see and I think what holds
Yeah.
people back, though, on this is the 3D world, the money, the bills, the family. We get stuck in that daily grind day in and day out, and you lose yourself,
Well, how do you
you
have
know?
fun if you need to take care of a family? Like,
Yeah.
how that balance,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Well, taking time for you. I mean, we do this all the time with ourselves. Like, look, let's you get in that mode where it's just your mom and dad, and you're we're in that stage of our
Well,
lives
we
for
just
all the
have
listeners out
well,
there.
yeah, we have to remember, like, how did we become parents?
Yeah.
It started with us.
Mm-hmm.
So me and you need to have fun together
Oh yeah, and we have
sometimes.
been.
Yeah, but we do get stuck in that. We get,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God, we really need a date day, a date night,
Yeah.
just me and you. And Emmett our son will be like, well, I want to come,
Yeah,
because he is fun to be with us. But I'm like, we need time, just us. So,
for sure.
hmm
Yeah. So yeah, the manifestation of the year of the fire horse. So big things. I feel like all of us.
what are things that you felt like you released? And like when people stand in my Tibetan bowl,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I say is like, take a deep breath. And then we release what no longer serves us, what
Mm-hmm.
no longer we want to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what do you think that you
Well,
released
yeah. So my
this
year,
last year
right? My
to move
year of the
forward?
snake was about my self-image
Mm,
and being okay with what the outside world thinks of me.
mhm.
Because again, in this awakening process, I was a different being. We were all different beings.
You're not the man I
And
married
yeah, I'm
today,
a
that
completely
you're a different man.
different individual now.
Mhm.
But I wasn't fully embracing that part because I was, you know, still at my job and
Fear
still
of being
family.
judged.
For sure, judgment. And I started incorporating that I part of last year where it was like letting go of that. I no longer care what people think of me,
Mhm,
and I'm just going to be my authentic self. And I can feel it already. The change has begun. But now it's stepping into that role. And that's where, you were talking about the divine feminine.
mhm.
Me and one of my teachers, we were talking about this too, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And what the divine masculine is all about, it's not about boy, it's not about power, it's not about, what people think masculine is. What it is like sticking on path and sticking to your ideas and creating um routine
Yeah.
and really owning that and then stepping into that role of protector, you know? And
Well,
that's where I
ex
see myself going.
yeah, exactly, which again, back to my cards we draw is the Emperor.
Mhm.
And I did a whole spread the other day, and it said, "You need to lean on the emperor," which
Mm,
I, in turn, is my husband.
right.
I was the divine masculine for
Yeah,
years.
because you had to be
I
the
had to
protector
be
and
in that
control.
role. When
Yeah.
Justin was in chaos,
Mhm,
I stepped in and was like, "Okay, keeping the house, keeping this and that," and I had to step out of that and
mhm.
find my femininity
Right.
again and the soft. I don't have to be in charge all the time. I don't have to, because people would probably look at us and be like, "Chelsea ruled the roost,"
Yeah.
but I had to. And
Mhm.
so now I'm like, we're shifting
Right.
those roles.
The balance is coming back into play
Right.
too.
And you've stepped in to feminine.
Mhm. Big, yeah. I mean, I think I was pretty much all feminine for
But
a while,
but
and
the
now I'm bringing that
masculine now
masculine
too,
back.
yeah, you keep asking for the roles of parent,
Mhm.
and that's hard for me to give up because I've had it my way for so long.
Right. Change,
Right.
you know?
And so I'm trying, but we talk about it, we communicate about it. We have to check each other every, month and go, and he's like, "I'm not being heard.
Mhm.
The kids are listening to you over me, like let me lead." And I'm trying.
Right.
That's the change, that's the shift.
Yeah.
Um, Me stripping away control. That was something I'm shedding.
Mhm.
Or like feeling alone. That
Mhm.
was a big one that came to me in 2025 was releasing the fear of abandonment and alone.
Mhm.
I'm not alone anymore. I'm not abandoned anymore. You're here for me.
For
I
sure.
need to let you be here for me
Mhm.
instead of push you away.
Yeah.
Now that you are this new human that you
Mhm.
became, you know, you're not what you were.
Right.
You shed that past.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important with the masculine for everybody because, like we talked about with women, me and another friend, how, back in the 60s, the women stayed home, the men went to
Suppressed.
the job, and they took care of the family, took
Mhm.
care while the guys were working. Well, then you fast forward, 25 years in the 70s, 80s, let's say, and now women are going to get jobs. They're now working and they're putting on suits, dressing just like men are, trying to
Yeah.
get that power back. But it's not like the women was designed to be feminine, to be the nurturers and lovers, but they had been shut out and had to go to work now and then instantly just shifted roles into the masculine. So I think what I'm trying to get out here, what we're seeing is now the feminine's coming back. But what happens when the feminine comes back and women are really stepping into their roles? Same with men, like myself included. I went into the feminine role, which is all about intuition, nurture, love,
Feeling.
feeling,
Mhm.
all of these
No,
feeling.
don't even.
My word. All of these things. It's true about feeling. And that was one of the hardest things I had to learn for being a man was
Mhm.
I'd shut out my feelings pretty much my entire life, just to put on this mask and this, what I thought was masculine
Brave face.
is who I'm being, but that wasn't the case. Now
Mhm.
I had to shift roles, go into the feminine
Mhm.
and with that being said, now it's my masculine's returning. And what I mean by that, it's not like power by any means. I mean, it is power, but it's just owning who I really am. And I think in this kind of work that we're doing right now is many of us, when our gifts start to awaken and we really start to understand who we are, we question ourselves like, did that really just happen? Or is this real? Or how am I doing this? So you second guess yourself. But after a while and seeing, I would call them miracles happening and believing in myself, believing in you, it's a different frequency that's
Yeah.
changing. It's like, no, I am that person now. This is who I am and I'm owning it, and that's what the Fire Horse is all about. It's about ownership.
Mhm.
Like we're shedding the old, we're bringing in the new, and now we need to own it and really own it without being judged by others, including yourself. Like this is about you and being as authentic and genuine as you
Yeah.
possibly can become, because that's where the creativity and the magic happens,
Yeah,
you know?
that just reminded me of, like, um, the shift, right? And being aware of your surroundings and what others are going through,
Mhm.
right? So I'll share this story. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and I don't even think I told you about it. Uh, Emmett came in and he was like, I did not like that halftime show." And I go, "Hmm, it wasn't really for me either, but I appreciate the message and for others." He's like, "Dad said he didn't like it either."
I didn't care for it, no.
"Yeah, okay." But I go, "Well, but why?" And he's like, "I didn't even know any of the music. I didn't know what they were saying. It was just it wasn't for me." And I said, "M, okay, it's not your music." I go, "But what about all the Hispanic people in the United States?
Mhm,
We have friends that are Hispanic. I grew up with friends that from different cultures that didn't speak our language, that wasn't their first language." And I go, "How do you think they felt tonight when they had a representation of their culture on
mhm.
TV for the first time in a very long time?"
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a white man, it wasn't a black man, it wasn't,
Mm,
it was a Hispanic man. And I go, "I bet there were tons of families dancing and shaking and
mhm.
singing." and eating and gathering because their culture was actually represented for the
Mhm.
first time.
Right.
And especially with all the things going on in the world with ICE and deportation right now, like, I think it was even a stronger message of showing love and support for other cultures because let's be real, I'm a redheaded girl, right? A white redheaded girl. It's going to be rare, very rare, because we are mixing cultures. This is not a Caucasian United States. This is a multicultural United States.
That's what it is.
And people need to stop seeing it so black and white.
I mean, that's really what it is, though. That's what they were doing anyways. There was a different halftime show,
It
and,
really made
you
Emmett
know
go, he's like, "I'm sorry." And I go, "You don't need to apologize, bud." I go, "I just want you to think about it differently. I just wanna shape your mind to, like, think a little bit different." But, yeah, was it the music I listened to all the time? Nope. But
Mhm.
I go, "I appreciate it. I appreciate it for other people. I'm glad that other people might have loved it."
Mhm.
It doesn't everything doesn't have to be for us.
Correct.
Like, we don't always have to have gratification for everything.
Mhm.
Can't you just be happy for somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, that's a plant seed I've planted in my head, and I'm gonna try to instill that in my boys
Mhm.
because, we love to go to Arizona, right? And I said, a lot of Latin America's
Yeah, a lot of
Hispanic
Spanish there and
culture.
different cultures.
I go, I bet they were ripping and roaring at the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
having watching it, having the best time.
Mhm.
I go, just because we live here in the Midwest where you're not surrounded by that, let's have an open mind. So that was like the lesson. He's like, oh, it
Yeah.
really made him think. And I think that's somewhere we need to be like shifting.
Well, to becoming one, like, there's this one world. I'm sorry, like,
Mm.
that's my opinion, like, the divisions need to stop, like,
Right.
if that's a perfect example, though, you had a Spanish, musician speaking in Spanish the whole Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
Now, that Super Bowl show is one of the most televised sporting events,
Yeah.
ever, and the fact that, it was in America doing that. That's the point of this is we're blending culture right now.
Yeah.
And that's what's coming is a blend of culture. It's not
Well,
going to be, just this culture, that culture, it's going to be a blend now. And we need to be mindful of each
mhm.
other's ways.
Yeah.
One way is not the right way.
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time in our holistic practitioner world
Mhm.
is we are one.
Mhm.
You're no better, I'm no better. We're one. We're all connected. And I just think it got really lost,
Mhm.
Sadly, we have a leader dividing our country,
Yeah.
you know? And when we need leaders to put us back together, like when 9/11 hit and we became one again. It
Well,
didn't matter because so many people were hurting. Everybody was hurting.
and that's
We
sadly.
became
Yeah,
what has to
that's
happen?
yeah,
Doom has to happen.
yeah, tragedy
But
for
I just
people to
like,
come
can
together.
we decide on our own that it's okay to just be kind and
Mhm,
come together and be loving? I mean, that's truly when I'm working on my clients, that's it. I
mhm,
just want joy, peace, love, all the things we're yearning for. And if they can walk out of here and for a week or a month or longer and feel that, I've
mhm,
done my job
right,
because I know how hard it is walking outside to stay into that zone, you know, tore down, judged all the time,
yeah.
walking into a crowd. Oh, those clients,
Well,
they're a little weird.
yeah, what
But
we're going into, though, is transcending duality,
yeah,
and what duality is negative, positive, black, white,
Mm.
what we're all just talking about here. It's division, it's separation. And
And
when
I'm
we
tired of it.
yeah, when we get back to that the yin and yang symbol, back to that S, the river, the balance, step into the role of the observer without judging
Well, we're
somebody,
all
you
masculine,
know.
feminine.
Yeah.
We all have XY chromosomes,
Yes.
and we there shouldn't be a division. We
No.
are both of these
Trying
things.
to
We
bring the
all have
balance.
estrogen. We
Yeah.
all have testosterone.
Right.
Maybe levels are different for people, but we're all the same.
Yeah. If you could strip all of that away, if you go into
Take
w-
off these avatars.
yeah,
If I could peel my skin layer
yeah.
off and we just saw people as souls, they're not gendered.
Mhm.
They're not uh, a different race. They're
Mhm.
just souls.
Mhm.
We're just living in these bodies right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Quote from good friend Bill, meat suits.
Meat suits.
you
Yeah.
know?
No,
But no,
exactly.
that's what
But
it's about. Like even, people with
shifting our perspectives.
yeah,
Let's go into this February 17th fire horse and
be
the
mindful of
the
your
yeah, the
thoughts.
things that you want to accomplish, let's do them. And you know what? If you need help accomplishing them, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like
We have some steps
if
that
I could
work for
give you
us.
some ideas or help plant some seeds or you know,
Well, off air we were talking about that. Like, what did you want to talk about today? I was like, what about manifestation? And, Chelsea had said, well, does that sound a little braggy about us, talking about
well,
manifestation? I'm
you
like,
said manifestation and like what we've
accomplish.
accomplish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't want to be braggadocious.
Right.
But we have put things in motion.
And that's manifestation,
And
though.
people
That
are like, "Oh, you have this or you have that." And I'm like, it started with an
it
idea
is. And then it's putting it on paper.
and
And then
and
it's
sometimes it's
creating a
labor
plan.
and hard work.
Yes.
People see our yard and I'm like, "Well, that tree didn't just plant itself. We had to dig the hole. We had to go and get it." Like
Hmm.
things grow because we're putting it out there.
Right.
And it but I'm more than willing to help other people grow.
Hmm. Yeah.
This year, my first couple of full moon sound baths were all free will donation because I just want to give back. If you want to give me an energy exchange of something that you think I'm worth, great. But it was more about just like, I want you to experience relaxation,
Hmm.
mindfulness, awakening, just frequency. So I don't care.
A shift.
And that's the thing is like, people are like, well, you don't care about money? You have to pay for it. Of course, we have to pay,
Hmm.
but the money will come.
Yeah.
If people feel good, they wanna give.
Well, I'm a firm believer
It's
in
you
that.
give what
Yeah.
you get.
Yeah.
If I'm putting out good, I'll get good. Money will
Hmm.
come my way,
Hmm.
you know?
It really is that simple. Like let's say somebody's in the 9 to 5 job and they just hate their job. They've been there 30
Mm.
years, they're 5 years away from retirement, but they just hate it.
I mean, how many
You
people have
know?
you heard that hate their job that are just staying it for IPers?
Yeah. Yeah.
The insurance or the retirement, I'm
For
like,
sure.
"Oh,
But then you get people, and I'm saying it's worked for us that, in our business, our auto business, I was so passionate
yeah."
about art and cars, and
Mhm.
it turned to be very successful because it was something I was passionate about.
Right.
Now we're changing. I'm changing. I'm very passionate about this new human holistic studio,
Right,
and it's
and
starting
I
to
love
grow.
I
It's,
love the creative behind it, always thinking of new experiences and new ideas and, "Hey,
hmm.
let's have a sip and paint," or, "Hey, let's have a meditation class," or a new sound bath, or, "Let's get couples in here doing yoga together," like, that's what I really wanna do and
And the
bring
nature hikes, I mean, I think that's something I'm
yeah,
gonna start
that's soon.
incorporating when it gets a little warmer
Walking through
here,
nature and meditating
connecting.
and taking like maybe a yoga nidra meditation, sitting and connecting with Mother Earth,
Mhm.
feeling the pulsation of the ground,
Yeah,
the
there's
ripple of a stream. What
mhm,
does that actually feel like, sound like,
mhm.
taste like? What it like use your senses,
Yeah,
awaken
right.
these feelings that we keep shutting out because the world's been really distracting and we've let it be distracting.
And it just keeps getting more distracting and more
But we have the
distracting.
choice.
Yeah. We do. We have the choice, but it also, again, it takes part of that masculinity of, setting your routine, putting together a script and sticking to it
Mhm.
so you can achieve your goals. Again, back to manifestation. These are all steps
Yeah.
in order to achieve what you desire,
Mhm.
instead
What have
of
you
just
manifested for 26? Like, what are you going into?
what am I wanting?
Yeah.
Well, obviously our business is picking up more here at New Human Holistic Studio. And that's a big thing for me is just to get busier, work with more clients. We've been doing this, or I have, for a couple years now, at least Reiki. And the primarily gender of my clients have been 95% women
Yeah.
within the last couple weeks. And I had put that out there, and I was talking to my teacher about this was that, I'm longing for men to finally see what I've been doing and to get interested and curious about it so then I can
Right.
help men start feeling and stepping into their real power
Well,
again. I see the masculine, the men waking up out there, but especially in our area, it's just a little slower, you know?
we have a lot of men that I've talked to that would love to come here, but they're scared
Right.
or nervous to like
Yeah.
open up.
Well, to be vulnerable. For a man to be vulnerable is very,
And we're not saying
very
like
intimidating.
that's the thing is I'm not looking for anybody to like you don't have to share all your feelings and stuff,
Mhm.
but just like maybe start talking about subjects, actually communicating. Men just in general sometimes don't communicate the best and
Yeah.
just to start talking and having conversations. Like, we've had a couple men come.
They're starting to, though, and reach out.
Yeah,
I'm starting to
we've
see it, you
started,
know?
and at sound baths, oh my
Yeah.
god, I had a full sound bath, and I had to turn away 2 men. They messaged after my class was full, and I was like, "No!"
Yeah.
That broke my heart to, like, turn away men because it's rare,
Right.
it's not as common.
Well, I think we would all be surprised what happens, like,
But
you
god,
could
could you
use me.
imagine if more men started to, like,
No, I know. That's what I'm
feel and
saying.
get a little softer and listened more? I mean, every wife, are you not yearning for your husband to listen more? For them to, like, ask you about your day?
Mhm.
Offer to help with those kids? Because they understand finally the feminine and they understand how much you've put into it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
Right when you
change.
had your awakening, you
Yeah.
apologized to me. You're
Mhm.
like, "Let me take on more. Let me
Mhm.
I see how much you're doing." As a woman, how much responsibility is on your
Well,
shoulders.
because I was stuck in that work mode,
But not
you
even that,
know?
it's just like that man mode,
It is, and that's what I
right?
mean by that, like, men think we have to go to work and that's all there is, and then, we neglect everything else. Not
They're
neglect,
like,
but
"I've provided.
yeah, yeah, well, my job's done. I
I've
worked
provided."
50 hours this week, but it's more than that, and
But then
even
the woman goes to work too, and
yeah,
she gets to do the laundry, and she gets to pick up the kids from practice, and
cook
she has
cook
to,
the supper.
yeah, cook the
Yeah,
supper, do the
yeah,
baths, and oh,
mm,
and then let's remember, fulfill your husband's needs at the end of the day when they're exhausted,
yeah.
you know? That's a thing too, is just like but we all need our cup filled.
That's the
But
conversation, though, that this is all about, is about change and stepping out of that normal routine or that
right,
norm that
or do
we
you
have.
stay in it and keep creating and keep building, you know?
Mhm.
It's whatever perspective we wanna be in.
Yeah. Whatever your heart
So,
desires
yeah,
and wanna go.
I'm ready to keep keep learning this year. I shed, you know, yuck out of my body. I shed people this last year. As hard as that is, as hard as that is, because I'm human. I miss people,
Mm-hmm.
but was it for my good, for my heart, for my mind, my mental health? Sometimes that has to happen.
You weren't why we shed, and it's not like we're telling everybody out there, all the listeners, you need to shed this person, but it's if you feel like you're not in
Or just setting
yeah, if
boundaries.
you're not in alignment with them.
I had a customer in, and we were talking about perspectives of change, and, like, this one was like, "I was talking about my family. Well, I grew up a certain way, and I saw it one way, and they saw it a completely different way." And I'm like, "Maybe just stop talking about the family.
Mhm,
Set that boundary that, we're not gonna talk about that anymore,
mhm,
and that's okay. Talk about what you're gonna cook for dinner, what you're doing this weekend, all the other things. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be you don't have to talk to these people. I'm done talking to you forever." It could just be as simple as, "Hey, we don't see eye to eye maybe on that. Let's shift our perspective and talk about something else
mhm,
because I care about you
right,
to go forward." So I shed that. Um, I'm a work in progress, not living in fear, you know. I think we all have times where we can think about the worst case scenario a lot. Being a mother, that's a hard one, you know,
mhm,
what you're going to do for your kids. But I keep trying to plant the seeds of like, whatever we choose is gonna be okay. Because at
right,
the end of the day, does it matter what house we're in? What business we have? No, it matters that we're together
mhm,
and that we love each other.
that's right.
So all the little things just, you
Those are
know
add-ons,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, so I release fear, I release abandonment, I released, you know,
Big changes,
big
big years,
changes.
yeah,
Yeah, so but I'm manifesting, and I have dreams, and I have things I wanna do, and
mhm,
I have a new line of, I'm a licensed esthetician. I wanna do some energy healing with the beauty world, because why can't we be the most
mm.
divine, feminine, whatever that means to you, like beautiful women inside and out. So, I don't know, creative things, juices are flowing.
I think my year of the horse might have happened a little early. Mm,
I think yours is finding just contentment.
mhm,
And that's okay too. Just to be still and content with what you're doing. But I know you. When your creative juices are flowing and you're busy, you're at your best.
mhm.
That's you. So as mundane as you wanna be, that's not.
We'll see what the future
Yeah,
holds.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
this is fun.
yeah, I'm
That was
glad.
I'm glad we could hop on and, share
Right,
today and talk about real life topics that husband and wives go through, and,
for sure.
um
Yeah, it's pretty raw, you know?
we might just have a different experience or perspective on it, and maybe it made you go, maybe I should have thought a little bit like that," or
Right, and if anybody out there, you wanna drop a comment on a subject to talk
well, an
about, we're
idea I
open to
had
listening.
too is drop us an email, a comment, stuff you wanna talk about or you want Justin to interview people
Yeah,
about,
any
or
ideas?
you want us to talk about, like, hey, give us a suggestion, things that you wanna hear, or you wanna
Husband and wife problems.
you wanna deep dive about, you have any more ideas, we're always spitballing them. We're planting the seeds, throw ideas at us. You're our community. Um, we don't grow unless you grow, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
give us a shout, so
Yeah.
thanks for listening, everybody, and till next
Yeah.
time.
Love you.
Love
Thanks.
you too. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And remember, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate, reach out to us.